that were thriving for years, you know, with pits and people on shift work, all different, you know, age groups. Well, all that changed. Since the pits have gone, it's lost its heart. There's no togetherness. The pit forged that togetherness, and it's not happening there.
For most of the last century, northern mining towns like this one were bywords for solidarity and for voting Labour. But with economic decline and a disconnect over Brexit, are we seeing a fracturing between the party and some of its most loyal supporters?
I've always been Labour, ex-miner. My dad were a miner. All my dad's brothers were miners. And so I don't really... I can't bring myself to vote Tory, I can never do that. But I can't support Jeremy Corbyn.
3, 4, I'm sorry, I've no pound coins.
In its 70-year history, the constituency of Bolsover has only had 2 MPs, both Labour. For years, whether the party was up or down, it could rely on former miners and hatred of the Conservatives who closed down the pits.
It's nothing else, the Tories. And have they done nothing last 10 years around here? No. Will they do it in the next 5 years around here? No. Where's all your policemen around here? Gone.
But earlier this year, Labour lost control of the local council, which hasn't happened in 40 years. 2 Conservatives were elected, and at the last general election, its next-door neighbour Mansfield voted in a Conservative MP for the first time ever.
It's a real shame that we're in the position we're in with the Tories potentially looking at taking this seat, but we're not going to let it happen, and we're going to fight it till our very last breath.
We're coming across people that said that they're not going to vote anymore because they don't feel listened to.
Ashley Taylor is a young Labour member here in Bolsover, the seat held by ex-mining, anti-EU socialist Dennis Skinner since 1970. The Leave vote round here was huge, and these leaflets are reminding voters Skinner is one of them. But will it be enough? So why are so many traditional Labour supporters thinking of either voting for Farage or Boris Johnson?
It's immigration. Top and bottom on it, it's immigration. They believe that this myth, they took all our jobs. All our jobs, so-called. They've took all our jobs, so we ain't got no work now. I don't know why. You know, media, I don't know, listen to media, there's something in it.
Myth or not, that feeling in Shirebrook runs deep, and there's a big reason why. The Conservative government closed the pit in 1993, putting 1,000 men out of work. But then, just over a decade ago, Sports Direct chose to build its vast headquarters right on top of the old mine. With it came 4,000 jobs and hope, but owner Mike Ashley chose a different route.
If they'd have come in with good working relationships and decent money, it could have been a godsend to this town. He brought people in from abroad. Some people have resented that ever since.
Did what Mike Ashley's done with Sports Direct and, you know, the bringing in the Eastern European workers, did that play any part in your decision to vote out at all?
Yes, it did, yes. Mike Ashley says there'll be no unemployment in Shirebrook. He employed a handful of people, then he imported all his own staff, and it's never picked up since.
In response to these criticisms, Mike Ashley has previously said that he would not have been able to grow his Sports Direct business without using those agency workers. They largely come from Eastern European countries such as Poland, Romania and Bulgaria. Who do you think people are going to vote for if there's an election, and why?
I'll vote for Labour. I mean, I've always been Labour, so I'm not going to change now. But saying that, the Labour has got to wake itself up a bit. They've got to sort the sense out.
And is Jeremy Corbyn the man to sort it out?
I don't think so. I think he's got to be a little bit stronger than what he is.
And historical party loyalties don't extend to everyone. In a completely unscientific survey in a nearby working men's club, 3 of the 8 drinkers said they were planning to vote Tory for the first time ever. But in a place where animosity to the party is passed down through the generations, getting them to say it publicly was difficult. But a former senior official of the local NUM, that's the National Union of Mine Workers, did tell me Dennis Skinner could lose the seat. He said even his own brother was considering voting Tory, but that he'd never speak to him again if he did. Another miner, whose job went when the local pit was closed, said any working class man who votes Tory should be burned. But what came up more than once here were questions about Jeremy Corbyn's patriotism and his associations with Irish republicanism, all the subject of press headlines.
I don't think he's fit to lead country, so I shall have to look elsewhere.
And what's wrong with Boris Johnson then? Because you voted to leave, didn't you?
I voted to leave, yeah.
And Boris Johnson saying we're going to get out by the 31st
Well,
October.
I'd support Boris Johnson because he's our only chance of getting out, because Theresa May lied. So, but I can't, it's in my genes, I can't vote Tory. I'd not be able to eat my dinner if I did. All right.
Labour government, everyone, come on!
But down the road, away from the village of Shirebrook, there's enthusiasm for the Labour leader among these party members.
I think it's been really positive for the area. You see like a lot more young people coming to join the party because they're kind of inspired by his message.
What's it like if you door knock or leaflet round Shirebrook?
We haven't actually done any door knocking or leafleting around Shirebrook yet. We're doing it later on in the week. We're not complacent anymore, and we're really trying to listen to people. And it's not a mining area anymore. It's the changing demographics that are really changing the way that Bolsover works.
Obviously going to be Tory voters in the area, but I don't think that we're in any sort of danger of losing the seat to the Tories, if that's what you're suggesting. I think we'll be fine.
Confident?
Yeah.